Hello,
Hello.
everyone. Hopefully, this is going to work. We have not put the word out that we're doing this, so if you see it, great. I think it's 3:29 Eastern Standard Time where we are at the moment. We're calling it 5:29. So, and we're actually we're on the Cunard, the
Queen
Queen
Mary too.
2, and it has just been delightful. This is
Yeah.
our room. We and maybe we'll show you around a little bit if and please say hi. So and also let us know if this is running okay. It seems like it is. Yay, Leanne is here and Roxy's here.
Awesome.
Yay. um we're having to make not an emergency stop for us. Elizabeth, yay!
Yay.
This is our little love seat right in our room, and probably what we'll do. I'm having a nice non-alcoholic Sauvignon Blanc that I brought, and Cheryl is having an exciting Coke Zero. So when you see us just like looking like we're living large, um, so we're in our little sea view room, or what do they call it when it's not on ocean view? Oh, Debbie says it's 3:29. Hey, Nikki. Yeah, we are pretty happy. I just took a bunch. I walked. My watch is wrong because my
Watch is
watch
doing
kind of said
something
I
weird.
walked 4 miles, and I think I walked another half a mile. So I think I walked like 3 or 4 miles
And right now
today.
it says you walk like 7,
Let's see
right?
if it changed. Oh, yeah, it's
No,
higher. It's almost 8.
we have no idea what's going on with her watch, but
So, that's awesome. Oh, good. You can everything's going good. Oh, good.
awesome.
So, unfortunately, someone took ill on the boat, and so we're actually kind of going up to Nova Scotia, which I think is in Canada. I'm an American and I don't understand geography. Oh, my Leanne says, yeah, no, I don't mind sharing this at all. Our non-alcoholic wine source. So one of the things that I love, and I've unboxed it, I'll unbox it when we get back to, I get a monthly box from a company called Raising the Bar, and they even give you non-alcoholic bitters. It is not inexpensive. It's about 50 a month. But if you would go to a bar to get mocktails, they're like $15 each now, depending on where you go. We got this at a grocery store in Brooklyn because we stayed in the Red Hook neighborhood of Brooklyn, and the Lodge Red Hook was so incredibly convenient. We could walk to the cruise port.
and and actually it was very convenient to several restaurants and a coffee shop and all sorts of stuff.
It was nice. And we'll give you like the lowdown. Super secret trick. Get off the subway 2 stops early when there's an elevator and then take the Uber. We did not do that, and it was like 80 million degrees
80
outside.
million degrees. We had to lug our suitcases and backpacks and extra bag that we took at last minute down 2 flights of subway stairs.
And there's also a non-alcoholic wine store online. But if you have a Total Wine in your area, they have non-alcoholic spirits. Yeah, like Total Wine and more. Come here. What? Okay, there we go.
Zero proof.
Zero proof is what I was trying to find. So I don't know if I can put this in here or not, but the zeroproof.com has beer, wine, spirits, all non-alcoholic.
All the things.
Ah, and Geisen. I think this is Geisen.
Yeah,
Jane,
I
let
think it
me,
is. We got
because
it
I
as
got a Cabernet as well.
yep.
Yeah, it is. So this is my Cabernet, and I got a,
Chardonnay, yeah?
no,
No,
this
no,
is a
no.
Sauvignon Blanc.
Oh, that's right.
And it's a borderline Riesling, but I like sweet and dry, so I'm good with that.
Mhm.
Uh, oh, Anna's going to be visiting Canada. Where did I miss that? I missed that somewhere, didn't I?
Mm.
Oh, Leanne. Okay. Yeah, and so there's some that are really nice. They're Liars, who's the zero alcohol brand I like, that's from Australia. They have a sparkling wine that's really good too.
Mm.
It's pretty easy to find a non-alcoholic sparkling wine. So I just wanted to get something because we didn't want to fly with it.
Yeah. Didn't wanna fly with it,
Oh,
but we did wanna bring something on. So,
yeah, just
that's what we ended up with.
but what's kind of cool though, on board on the Cunard too, last night we went to the pub. There's not really much vegan food. You can have French fries. It's pretty much the only vegan
At the
thing
pub, yeah.
at the pub, and it's not a main dining area anyhow. And they did have potato chips. You could have potato crisps or chips during the day. And they had a few non-alcoholic options. They had a non-alcoholic cider, not like the sparkling cider like
Mm.
Welch's, but like
Like a
a
hard
hard
cider.
cider, but without
It
alcohol.
was very tasty, and the bottle's huge. It's
It's
like a giant bottle. In fact, we shared one today at lunch. I mean, it was basically just apple juice, but, it was tasty,
and
and we
thanks,
liked it.
Apple, for putting in the zero proof. And Jane's shop there too. You can find things you can't find everywhere.
Mhm.
But I would definitely, if you're kind of non-alcoholic curious and you want to make some mocktails, it's kind of fun. You get the box from Raising the Bar, and we make like 3 different cocktails out of
Mm,
it.
yeah, sometimes more.
And so that's fun. Elizabeth wants to know, how much wine are you allowed to bring on the
We
Cunard?
were allowed to bring 1 bottle per person.
So, Elizabeth, if you're going on a solo cruise, hand somebody in line a bottle of wine and just bring it on. Um, and on Norwegian, it was the same way. We could bring 2 bottles, but what was weird, so they have this thing, they want you to pay this voluntary corkage fee. So when you went in through security,
You're not talking about this one, you're talking
I'm
about
talking Norwegian,
Norwegian.
because the lady who was looking, she was like, "Oh, what's this?" And I'm like, "Oh, it's not alcohol," because it's not. It's non-alcoholic, right? And in a store, they will check your ID, which is so strange to me. Some things like the
They checked
eth
your they asked for ID on 1 bottle, and on the 2nd bottle, it didn't pop up to ask for your ID. It was the weirdest
it's
thing. The
so
girl
strange.
at the register was like
It's strange. And I'm like, I think you can tell I'm old enough to have the wine. Yeah, Leanne, French fries is a universal vegan
Yeah.
option. They had vegetarian options. So they had a vegetarian burger.
Mhm.
They had a vegetarian Scotch egg with falafel around it instead of sausage, but it doesn't really help for the vegan options. And they had a zero alcohol Guinness, and Guinness has been vegan for a little while now.
Mhm.
And they had a few others as
Mhm.
well. So that was kind of cool. Um,
Mhm.
Oh, Nikki, Riesling's her favorite. That's awesome. Oh, good. Apple, you are just so very
On the
good with the
ball
links.
today,
Thank
thank you.
you. They check ID in Georgia too, says Leanne. That's awesome. And Apple said, I used to get carded well into my 30s, not anymore. You know, I just remember when I was 30 and people were like, what school do you go to? And I'm like, and this was exactly my answer. I'm old. I don't have to go to school anymore.
Nothing is more fun to me now than when people ask us about what we're doing in our journey and stuff like that, and we say, "Well, we're just, like, celebrating her 60th birthday all year long," and they all go, "What?" And then they just stare at her for a minute, and they just have this, like, their whole face is just going to this whole, like, quizzical disbelief kind of thing,
I
and
mean, I could point out all the physical flaws if they needed to, but I do have I am not
not as
30
bad as me,
anymore.
not as bad
I
as
got
me.
that my
I'm a regular
goozle.
turkey at this point.
Oh yeah, Leanne, and I'm gonna say this with Klaus Tower, and I've had that before. I think it was one of the first non-alcoholic beers because like 30 years ago, I would get some non-alcoholic beer when I could find it. You couldn't find it very often. Um, And I do drink some, it's just I don't wanna drink that much because you guys know I had, some liver stuff, and I haven't even s there's some good news about
Oh,
that
yeah.
because I did go I got a new liver doctor, one that I can even make appointments for that don't flake out on me, and she was really delightful and really interesting and really well researched. I just liked her a lot, and she shared one of her own personal stories with me. But long story super short, they did another liver ultrasound, And so my fibrosis is much less. So she said, whatever I'm doing is good, keep it up.
Mhm.
Um, so I went from stage 3 fibrosis to stage 2, I think.
Yeah, that's what she said.
So yay. Oh, Sandy says I get the disbelief in 60. Oh, thank you. Do you know what my secret is? Doing nothing to it at all. Sometimes I don't even wash my face every night.
Every now and then you'll put some
I
moisturizer
put some
on.
moisturizer on in the
Yeah,
winter,
pretty much just in the winter.
but like literally, I think since we've been together, so since I was 40, I was like, it's and people have said to me things like that. I think it's so weird because I'm like, just don't wash it,
Well, it's
isn't it? But
I have a theory about all that, but I'm
oh,
not I don't want to start any kind of debate. So,
oh,
well, I feel like if you wear a lot of makeup and
uh,
stuff like that, I think it clogs your pores and stuff, and at some point, like, I think your face kind of gets messed up from all the makeup because a lot of the makeup and stuff has stuff in it that we probably don't need to put on our skin.
yeah, that's an interesting
So,
theory. We know none about this. Oh, Leanne says I'm not alone in my neglectful skincare. When I was in my late teens and early 20s, I was very fastidious about cleaning my face and the 4-step regimen. And now I'm like, I'll just rub it and exfoliate. It's bad. It's bad. So every once in a while, I'll go and like maybe once or twice a year and get a facial and see. Skin oils are great for the skin, so I just use water and wash.
yeah.
Yeah. The only change I made from like 30 to 40 is I used to just wash my face. I would wash my face in the shower with the same hot water I was putting on my body. And then I realized the hot water was really starting to take a toll. And so now I do it with colder water. That's literally the only and I wash my face less.
Well, she takes scalding hot showers. I don't know how she does it.
I
It's
come out
ridiculous.
I'm so pasty white. I come out looking like a lobster. It's awesome.
It is a little funny. She's so red when she comes out, and then she's going, "It's so hot!
Well,
It's
I'm
so
hot.
hot!"
Turn on the air conditioner. I'm hot.
Because you just rain your temperature up to probably like 212 degrees. Oh, speaking of hot, we have a new addition to our travel stuff. Kathy will get like we finally broke down and did it. Elizabeth is gonna laugh.
Look, but not only that, okay, it's like a stand. It folds down into just this one little circle,
And it
but
oscillates.
it's like
It's pretty
3
good.
feet tall. You can it's
It's actually
awesome.
pretty good,
We'll put
and
that up
I
somewhere.
kept getting advertisements for this really expensive one on like Facebook and stuff, and everybody was like, "Oh, this is the fan to get for cruising," and blah blah blah. And I looked at the thing, and it was like $100, and I'm like, I'm not paying $100 for a plastic fan that may get confiscated at some point. So I was like, no. And then good old Amazon had their little pre-prime stuff, and this dude was on sale for like $30 or something like that. And I was like, well, on the reviews, people said that it was as good as the brand name one. So I said, well, at that price, we can test it out and see. And if it doesn't get confiscated, we're good to go.
For such a tiny fan, like I moved it, you saw me
We don't
move,
even, it's on low right now.
and it's right on me as it should be.
Hmm.
Just know if I get in your car, I may confiscate some of that too. Um, but it was oscillating. It was doing really, really good. Um, Sandy says I hate to sleep without a fan. And it doesn't make much noise at all, though. It's
Mm-mm.
very quiet. So if you like to sleep with a fan for the noise, I still have my little earbud things. And so Cheryl has hers and I have mine. And mine make sleep noises and they make me fall asleep. And then
I still listen to the crickets.
crickets are nice.
Mm-hmm.
Let's see. You used to have all the steps of skincare, and now not so much, Tanya. Sandy says my skin is much better since I found osmia. This is a great story. Tanya says the women at the counter this winter told me that now that I'm entering my 30s, I'll need more products. I told her I'm 49 and her jaw dropped a lot.
I love that when that happens. Like people are just, it happened at lunch today. We were laughing about it when we left.
And I was seriously, I was dressed like a grown up. I have a dress on. I put this on because I don't know why I did. Because I don't know. I think the last time I did a live, I had this dress on. Something made me decide to just swap out. Um, Apple says the only thing I'm diligent with in regards to care is protecting myself from the sun.
Yeah.
And I stopped laying out in the sun at 16, and I think that does have a big, big effect.
Mm-hmm.
And this year literally is the most sun that I've ever taken in. We've been good
But
about we have face sunscreen and body sunscreen,
mm-hmm.
but like I have a tan line.
Yeah, you definitely have a tan
Can
line.
you?
Can you see the
I
tan line?
don't know if you can see
Here,
it.
here, I'll show it. Tan line. See
Yeah,
that tan line?
yeah. I haven't had a tan line probably since I was 16. So it's kind of crazy. And that's from when I was just floating around in the water
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
um, last month. Leanne says, my husband says I'm made of asbestos, which is pretty awesome. Oh, Tanya, you need to get some sunscreen.
Yeah.
Get the spray can, but you don't go out a lot either, though. So maybe you don't need it. Oh, that's interesting too. Apple says I don't use sunscreen either. I use physical blockers or just stay indoors. So, like, one of the things that we've done is we've gotten these sun shirts that have hoods,
Mm-hmm.
and that can be really nice. I tend to, if there's, we're rarely like hanging out on the beach, even when we're doing these Caribbean cruises. Like with Virgin, I like Bimini a lot. So,
But they have lots of umbrellas
umbrellas
there.
and coverings. When we went on the Norwegian beach, it was much more like being on a beach. So, like, we had like a Bali bed on Bimini, and then I just covered myself with a towel.
Yeah, and on Norwegian, we actually paid, like, if you go on Norwegian, apparently when you go to their island, we noticed this while we were there. I just happened to go on the excursion thing and saw that you could get um, a Bali bed or a umbrella. So I went down to guest services to see if I could get the
No, it was the
cover. Oh, the
clamshell.
clamshell.
It's different.
To see if I could get the
It's just this
clamshell.
literal like shade thing that comes up like that.
And so I thought, well, let me try to get a clamshell because that would be nice for us because we
Oh,
don't like to be out in the sun much. And then when I was there, they were sold out of the clamshells, but the lady said, I still have some umbrellas left if you'd like to get an umbrella. And I said, well, yeah, umbrella would be good too. And when we were there on the island, there were people coming up to the umbrella guy going, hey, can I get an umbrella? And he was like, you have to prepay for that on the boat. Oh, we don't have any control over that. And they ran out of umbrellas.
they did, and they weren't really clear.
It was
We need,
weird.
if we can keep getting internet, we'll have a whole, I know we're talking on my channel and not Plant-Based Explorers. It's just because I don't think we have the juice to go live more than one place. And I know more people were going to come hang out with us here. We'll probably go ahead
and
and at least put the link over
and we
on
were probably
there.
going to talk more about food here too.
Yeah. Well, we'll see how it all
But
goes.
maybe
We're just hanging out. We're
we
like,
just wanted to
we
say
miss you.
hello and that we are having a good time.
Welcome to Canada. I know. Yeah, rash guard shirts are really great. I wish we were getting to get off the boat because one of
Yeah.
my bucket lists is to do this whole. I want to do it in the autumn though. The whole Canada,
Yeah.
northeast.
Yeah, that would be fun.
Um, Tanya says haven't been to the beach since the pandemic, but my kids want. But my kids want to go more now, so if I go, I'll buy sunscreen. Okay, yeah, no, fair enough, fair enough. Oh, interesting. Sandy says I have to get over my hat phobia. Claustrophobic in general, hats and gloves are bad. I don't like it when I can't see all the things.
Hmm.
Like, and so
We have several different kinds of hats.
but it's taken 20 years for me to have 3 hats.
Yeah.
Like,
One of them is the one
yeah, right
right
there.
there,
The silly one, that's a Mickey
the
one.
green and yellow one.
And it's I have one from my 30s. I got it at Barnes and Noble, and it has a little alien on it. Henry P. Baloney. is his name. And I love that hat.
And then you've got your
Some kind of explorer
yeah,
hat.
your little explorer hat that covers your ears and
These
neck
don't
and
go away on
everything.
their own anymore.
Oh,
Oh,
that's
I
good.
wish I was in Vancouver. No, Nova Scotia, I think. I don't know if we're actually going to even like do anything but let a helicopter come here and pick up the person and
No,
go.
they said we were gonna dock
Oh, did
so
they?
that they could take the person off, and
To
that
the
person was
emergency.
gonna
Okay.
get put on a helicopter and then taken away.
Okay, because someone was, we're in Canada, sort of.
Yeah, sort of.
Sort of. It's weird because we got on a boat for 7 days and not expecting to see land until the last day, right?
Yeah.
And so we were walking. It's this beautiful teak deck, and like deck 7. And if you walk around 3 times, it's like 1.1 mile or something, or 1.3 miles. And so we were walking around there and kind of looking some more and exploring.
Mm-hmm.
And oh, spoiler alert for everyone, we really like Cunard.
A lot.
I was really getting worried it was going to feel a lot like Holland and claustrophobic, and maybe the food wouldn't be good.
And then when we did our test walk down from the hotel to the dock, there were some people who were getting off the ship, and we stopped and talked to them for a little bit. And the lady was like, "Oh, it's a classy Holland," and we both were like, "Ugh." But it is so much more than that. It is classy.
And the ceilings are taller. Even in this room, I think the ceilings were low on Holland. The window coverings, like curtains and carpets, were brown, and they would close the curtains during the day in public spaces. So it was really pretty claustrophobic. And going back, I never finished Sandy's question was hair thinning from some necessary medication. Scalp needs to be protected. I do understand, because like if it comes down too much, then I feel like I can't see it all and I don't know what's going on. I have a need for, what is that? What's it called?
Peripheral vision.
Thank you.
Well, a
Fancy
little hat
word.
like the one that Kathy has, so it has protection across the top, but the sides are air holes, are just all like netting. And so she gets a breeze through there and it makes her feel like she's not really wearing a hat, but it protects her face and stuff.
Yeah. Ah, Obs! It's so good to see you. Do you know if you're going to camp or not? So for everyone, she's like, "What's camp? Why haven't we heard about camp?" It's ECAM camp. So camp for people who use this program that we're using to go live right now. And Obs is in my video mastermind. Oh, thank you. We're getting lots of welcomes from our Canadian friends. Oh, your heartbeat event starts soon. We'll get off soon so you don't lose. And also, let's announce it. Apple, will you please put in the comment? Hopefully, I'm not too far behind and you're not gone already. But put down below what you're doing so people can come straight from here over there. And when you tell me it's, I wonder if it's in 8 minutes. I wear visors, but hats are so hot, says Leanne. But any hat that screens sun from your face, yeah. Yeah, I get that. I totally get that.
I wear ball caps all the time and I don't really I don't get any problem with my peripheral. I don't know if it's because I'm just used to
I
it.
think you're just used to it. Like, I can be the same way with glasses too.
Mm,
Like, every new pair of glasses, I have to get used to, like, what part I can't see out of. But
mhm.
I don't know. I'm strange. You guys know that. I don't think this stop is going to impact our schedule.
Mm.
From what some of the crew have said, is that this is not an uncommon event, because a lot of people doing transatlantic cruises are older.
Skews a little older.
So while I am far from the youngest person aboard, I feel like more than 50% are older than me. I think maybe 5% or less children, teens, super young adults.
There's not a lot of kids on here. I
And then
think we've seen
there's,
all of them.
yeah,
There's
maybe.
a handful of them, maybe. Smaller kids. There's some teenagers. they just look very bored.
Yeah, so what happened they don't tell us many details. There was a medical emergency. It was really foggy over the middle of Atlantic. Like, it's interesting. We're learning all these new things, but it would have been dangerous for the helicopter to try to come to the ship. It was too foggy for that.
Yeah, and it's probably going to be foggy again tonight. It looks like we're getting pretty close to land. We may have actually docked somewhere because it doesn't seem like we're moving. Um, I wonder,
Oh, yeah, it does seem like we're not moving. We
or
can see
are we?
land outside our window.
Or are we moving?
I don't
We
know.
might be moving very slowly.
We don't know what's
We
going
don't know
on.
what's
We're
going
just
on.
trying to figure it out.
But they told us that from 6 o'clock to
6
6,
o'clock, middle of the ocean time. We were on
yeah,
Buenos Aires time yesterday, and I don't even know
I
what
don't even
time
know how
our
that happened, but
even
they
though
were
we
saying
doubled back.
they said that that from 6 o'clock until like 6:30 or something like that, the seventh floor, which is where a lot of the
The walking
restaurants
well,
and
it's the walking trail and where,
the buffet is and all that.
that's one of the pools.
Yeah.
Oh,
Yeah, we're
so
docking or
yeah,
something. They just reversed the engines. But anyhow, they told us to keep that for people to stay off of the floor between 6 and 6:30.
the 7th floor, not your actual
The
floor.
seventh floor, so
You
that
are allowed to lay on your floor or do yoga.
they could get this person out without any kind of duress and stuff. So
Yeah. Well, and so vegan JJ says, "This is the 10th vacation in a row you ladies forgot to pick up me and Dawn. I'm starting to get a complex. We were waiting with suitcases. I wish you could come. The food has been easy and delightful. Like I said, we weren't able to eat in the pub, but we didn't expect to eat in the pub either.
Mm-mm.
Breakfast, we've been getting breakfast in our room service because it doesn't cost any extra. They've been bringing soy milk. I, of course, brought tea and loose tea because I'm snobby. And I've been making, also, I like a little project. I
She
like kind
does
of
like a
having,
little
I've
project.
got a little, well, I don't have the thing. So I have like one of those little thermoses with a tea infuser. So I make some tea in the morning. So they'll bring hot water. They bring soy milk. Got you coffee.
Tomato juice.
She loves tomato juice. I've been getting oatmeal, banana, and poached fruit.
Yeah, the poached fruit's not my thing.
It's beautiful. So yesterday I had poached prunes or plums, which is the non-jokey way to think about them. But there were apricots and pears, and today there was fig, pears, and apricot. So and we thought this room was going to be significantly smaller than it was. We had booked an inside no window. So, like the light you're seeing is purely from this window. So, it is light and airy. Again, we'll point it around in a minute. Um, and it's been delightful. So, we have a little couch, we have a chair, we have two chairs actually, a little desk, and we have like this coffee table that we have this on now.
Mm-hmm.
And we put in for upgrade, so we got to upgrade to it for less than it would have cost us to just buy.
Significantly less.
Yeah. So, and we're very pleasantly surprised. Honestly, I usually look for places to work on the boat, and we can work in here easily. It's delightful, which we will be doing tonight. So, all of you guys in Kathy's Cooking Club, by tomorrow, will know when dates are. I have filmed the classes. Cheryl is editing them right now.
Mm-hmm.
And I think what we're going to do, one class is pretty short on overnight oats. That was Elizabeth's idea. So I made a mix and some overnight oats, and so that's a pretty short class. And I figured maybe we would do a Zoom for our second class or something. And I'll send out an email. We can vote. We can either just do a live like this and have people talk in the chat, or we can do a Zoom. I'll let you guys vote. I don't care. But and then I have two stovetop smoker classes for August. So those will be a little shorter. If all goes well with the internet gods and goddesses, we will be on there live and chatting with you when the class is playing.
Absolutely. We're
Oh,
also going to try to, I'm going to try to pop into the wellness Zoom that's going to happen later this month. You should see something come up in Heartbeat about that probably in the next week or so. That is going to be run by Karen, as always, and our friend Lisa is going to help join in on that and co-moderate that. So should be a good time on Zoom. You guys make sure when you see that pop up that you come in and check in with them and just see how things are going.
and Jeremy's here. And again, go over to Heartbeat. If you're not in Heartbeat, you can look around here on like down there or up there or up there is a link to Heartbeat, so you can go and join, so you can come hang out with Apple. And I'm probably going to go soon so we can all go to Apple's thing. Maybe
Yeah.
we'll see if we can't get in there too. And Leanne says, I love my stovetop smoker. That's awesome. We're going to make so many cool things, and then we're going to make cool things with the things we make in the second class. So I'll probably just go ahead and release them fairly close together, because August also we're not on land a lot that I'm sure of us having good internet. But here, hold that. Let's give them a little 360 view. Oh, I wanted you to hold that.
Oh, sorry. I'll hold these.
Okay. Ready? And everything's kind of a hot mess.
Oop.
Oh, okay.
Here, put those over here too.
Okay. To me, this is so. Oh, my phone's here too. Sorry for all the interruptions.
So much stuff on the table.
See, look at that window. We did decide to make this into 2 twin beds so we'd have a bigger walking area and no one would get feisty.
And we each have our own
bathing suit.
We each have our own covers that way too.
Yeah. See, there's our little fan. There's my bathing suit drying. And that's the door, and those are our closets. The bathroom is on the other side.
And it's a decent sized bathroom. It does have the thing that I hate most in the world on a ship, and that is the cloth shower curtain.
First world problems.
It is a first world problem, but I hate how, when all of a sudden it blows onto your butt and and you're getting all clean, and all of a sudden you're like, ew, it touched me. And then you feel like you got to get all clean again because that thing touched you. That's how I am about it. I don't like it. I like the doors, the glass doors. Much rather have the glass doors.
Okay, so we love you guys. We're glad to get to come visit. I honestly didn't know that Apple was doing something at 4, so I'm going to get off. Let's all go support her. Look on Heartbeat. And what does the window go out to? Just out.
The ocean.
Yeah, the ocean outside of the ship. Mm-hmm. There's land there right now. Usually it's just
there's
water.
Nova Scotia right there.
Our first time at Nova Scotia. Here, cheers.
Cheers.
Cheers to Canada. Oh, I won't step on the drain. Also, I don't like water to come on my face. I don't like to get droplets on my face, and I'm 5'1". But this shower, the thing goes up and down, and it's so low. When I went in there, I was like, yeah.
It took me a minute to figure out how to tighten it to make it taller.
I don't think I've been in there since you made it taller. Oh, cheers, you guys. What is outside the window right now? Nova Scotia. The ocean is farther than I could swim, and then Nova Scotia.
Yeah, and we are stopped, and we kind of did a turn, so I suspect we are somehow on land or a dock or something like that.
Depending on what happens, maybe if we can go live again later today, maybe we'll try, or maybe we'll try in the middle of the ocean, and it could be terrible.
Yeah.
So we'll try, and I know it's frustrating when you guys can't hear us and things like that. That's why we wanted to run down here when we knew we were going to be by land, just to double check.
Yeah, because we figured if we couldn't use the Wi-Fi on the ship, that maybe we could have actually piggybacked off of our Google Fi phone. So
yeah. And if you guys have any questions about anything, oh, good. Okay, let's all go. Elizabeth said excited about the overnight oats class, and I made a mix. It's not exactly the same one, but I tell you, we're going to talk about how you can make it exactly the same, Elizabeth. All right, guys, have the very best day, and thanks for hanging out with us.
And head over to Apples.
All right, bye.
Bye.